Hello, hey, happy Sabbath, happy Shabbat, Allah Akbar, what is this? Ijumaa njema kwa Waislamu wenzangu. Asante sana for being a friend, because friendship is where life is found, is the oasis, is the intersectionality of life. I just like playing with that because I think life is in a relationship. And a relationship is a form of trust, because that's how I look at it. That life is beautiful when you have a relationship, and those relationships should be nurtured, not assumed, I think. I think most of us, I don't know where you are in life, but we assume we are related, or we have a relationship, we have acquaintances, we know somebody. But you have to cultivate that relationship, because when you do that, you're injecting more life, you're nurturing that life within the relationship, and in the process you develop plenty of trust that you can tap on, because sometimes there's a little decline, there can be there's a diminishing return over time. As human beings, we have those moments where we start to wonder, can I trust you? But when you have commitment, when you have a covenant, I'm bringing strong words into this conversation. Yeah, truly, I think when you do that, really you form that bond, that kindred, that friendship. I think for me, I would declare and even say here authoritatively that I think friendship is the highest form of relationship. Because brotherhood, the last time I checked, a brother kill a brother. I'm not saying it happen often. Relationship, even in the blood level, tend to go wild, or they can be bloody. The history of the universe has a blood crying from the ground, attributed to the bloody hands of some brother, Cain, and just saying, yes, I premeditated this one. And the crime scene is still being investigated. So what I'm suggesting, I think, is friendship, I think, is the epitome of relationship. I think it captures everything. And in that relationship of friends, you develop something even deeper and broader, because it's a cultivated one. It's not taken for granted. Anyway, hey, it's me, my friend, JKKC, on a Friday here. Hey, introducing some heavy subjects about life, because you remember, I talked about this year of 2025 being the year of love. And love is encompassed in relationships and trust, and cultivating it and nurturing it, making sure you don't look away. You take time to see it mature and grow. Why am I here on this Tukoriada on a Friday? I'm here because Beatrice Chebet and her husband, Peter B., have become a couple that I didn't know, or I knew. I've watched Beatrice Chebet. Not that I know her, by the way. Sometimes you watch people online or TV, you think you know them. I don't know Beatrice Chebet, but she's been a character that there's a local documentary running around that are featuring the Olympiads coming out of Paris, and the NTV, the local national television program, has really done an incredible work. I have been glued. I've been watching them. I've just finished Beatrice Chebet documentary on her life, the making of Beatrice Chebet. Fascinating. I recommend that to my viewers who can have access to that. I think is very humbling. I learned a lot. To listen to the grandmother. What was her name? I know the mother spoke, the father spoke at length. The husband, of course, is a coach, which I didn't even know. You discover these things, you're like, man, to have a coach who is your husband, and you go and win 2 gold medals. She attributes those 2 gold medals to her husband. Incredible. And the accolades, the admiration the husband has for the wife is unusual for me. I think maybe it's good to listen in, and I did listen in. I dismissed the episodes, the first one, or the documentary the first time. I was like, Then I was like, man, I just spoke of Tara Davis Woodhull and the husband Hunter, who are the double gold medalists coming out of Paris. And I say, what is local about couples? And I found Beatrice Chebet and Peter B. a super couple. I like what I found about growing up in a local school. In Saramek Primary School. The principal spoke very well about it. There's a young man that spoke about being inspired as a classmate by Beatrice. It's worth watching, guys. I truly recommend NTV is the making of athletes, the mostly Olympiads. I recommend that to you guys. These are the things I like to see more. I think is a good thing. I think for me, when you see the family support, when you see this family support and how they saw talent, I think the person, let me just admit here, I think I mentioned this before, that talent sometimes, mostly for a woman in a patriarch world, is not easy to be discovered, and it always takes a woman to do it. I don't know how I found this out, because the grandmother, I wish I remembered her name. She's a beautiful old lady. Beatrice bought her a car and she was saying, this is my car. It is just fantastic. I was touched. I was like, I was like, oh, this is warming my heart. Yeah, the grandmother was sitting there and telling the driver, get in, drive me to the hospital now or something like that. It's a good thing to watch. She's the one who nudged. She's the one who told Beatrice, you have what it takes to be great as an athlete. I think I mentioned this earlier, but to hear her saying it, and even the father of Beatrice admitting to the father he didn't want the daughter to be an athlete, which is kind of interesting by itself, because he thought that she would suffer, she would have hardship, which is expected anyway when you're rolling out your talent or trying to figure your way in a country like Kenya. And then what happened is that the grandmother welcomed Beatrice into her house, and she lived with the grandmother, and the grandmother is one who kept pushing her, telling her, you have what it takes. And to see that progression and to see how she came of age, and to know that right now she stands at the epics of athletics as one of the best in the world, most when it comes to track and field and distance right now. There's nobody who she's unequal right now. She's standing at the top of the mountain of athletics. And I think what I find in the interview that was interesting is the inspiration, the influence, the impact of Beatrice Chebet winning and being a gold medalist, being a great runner, coming the last 2 years. She's a face, she's a name, she's become bigger star in our area, mostly in our school, and in the training program or the camp. There's a camp somewhere in Londiani where she's inspired young girls who have joined this camp. And what was very touching for me is that all of them believe that if you call yourself Beatrice Chebet, you're going to be great. It sounds childish. It sounds like mythical. It sounds very like, what if you call yourself Beatrice, you're gonna be great. Trust me, it sounds naive, but these girls look up to her. You can tell 90% of the people in the camp are girls. What a day to hear that. For me, it was like, wow. I mean, let's face it, all over the world, people can inspire people. And Beatrice Chebet, to hear how big of a star she is in a local environment, and now she's inspired these young girls who, you could tell when she stands there, the girls are like almost worshiping her. It was incredible. And they want to be like her. They want to win. They want to be something. There's a young guy who became a teacher because he was inspired. The brother is getting inspired to think about what he can do. Hey, I'm just saying, watch that documentary. Watch it. It was very well done. There's something that I wanted to talk about, maybe on Beatrice and the husband, and the camaraderie, the friendship, and the fact that even the husband says that she has very strong opinions, and sometimes I have to take the back seat. Trust me, it's very unusual in the patriarchal when the lady has to say something and you have to like, hey, I can't say much. I think it is it. What's going on here? Are we good? Are we good? Okay. Anyway, sorry for the interruption there. What really gets me on this documentary is the beautiful, beautiful couple. And so this episode, honestly, I was going to talk about Peter Peter and Beatrice Chebet. Great couple, incredible, beautiful. It was it was a well done documentary. And there's another one I saw that is about Wanyonyi, the legend, not the legend, but the Sabotian from Mount Elgon. I'll watch that and I'll give you what my takeaway is. And then there's another one about Faith Chirotich, the steeplechaser. And now she survived an accident. And by the way, accident in Kenyan roads. My goodness, that's scary. But anyway, I was just gonna share that, what I saw today, talking of grandmother inspiring their daughters or their kids and the kids moving on to be great. So I'll take this to be a great day on a Friday. And thank you guys. This was an episode just to highlight the couple, to highlight that documentary. Hopefully you can go watch it. Hey, have a great weekend. I'm a little bit tired. I had a long run today, but I'll talk to you guys on the side of the pillow. That's me, JKKC, Tukoriada.